Alright, here we are. Which Call of Duty skins are too silly? Ranking.
There's been a lot of debate in the community about what skins are even appropriate for
Yes,
Call of
please
Duty.
do tell us!
People are arguing what seems right or wrong.
That's me. That's me. I'm the one arguing.
Has mainly sparked because a lot of people are saying, well, they're saying there's not going to be goofy skins in the game, but then they have these pre-order skins that in a lot of people's minds are very goofy and out there and unrealistic and non-grounded, whereas a lot of other people don't see an issue with them at all. So I thought I would do a video going through a bunch of different skins from Call of Duty and just talking about whether or not I think these skins are okay for Call of Duty or not. Are they appropriate for it? Does it fit the aesthetic of the game?
Alright, so that's the premise we're going with. Do they fit the aesthetic of the game? Are they appropriate? So let's hold you accountable to your words here. Aesthetic of the game. That is what you said, right?
Are they appropriate for it? Does it fit the aesthetic of the game?
The game, not Call of Duty, the game. That's your words, boy.
We have skins all the way back from Advanced Warfare up to today's skins.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, this is not every single skin.
The clown, the gingerbread man. Yeah, we got literally everything in here. Like everything I fucking hate.
Cartoon skin. First category is there's no problem. And when I mean that, I mean there's literally no problem with these skins. And if you see a problem with
I'll be the judge of that.
Respectfully, I'm just gonna have to disagree. Like I can't see a world where there's any problem with those skins.
Respectfully challenge me, bro. Challenge me.
The next tier is I personally love it, but it really depends on the game because I could see it as a problem for like a Modern Warfare game, but it fits good for a Black Ops game. There's a lot of skins like that.
I feel like stuff that would fit in that category for me would be stuff like civilian outfits in a Call of Duty game, because I feel like Call of Duty is a war game, and you know, civilians aren't really part of the military. But that's the thing though, I would love it, but it depends on the game, it depends on the person. In a game like Modern Warfare 2019, I feel like you could really get away with a civilian survivor outfit, but in a game like Infinite Warfare, it starts to get a little bit weird if you had like a Call of Duty Ghosts astronaut with the Infinite Warfare decked out space gear. I feel like Infinite Warfare is one of those games that kind of gets away with, like, you know, billionaires making their own rigs, which we did have in Infinite Warfare. All those like really fancy rig designs, like you have your military rig designs with the like military grade camos and stuff, but then you have like these really fancy ones, which just makes me think, oh yeah, a billionaire bought that and created it for himself. Some sort of crazy bounty hunter. But that's the stuff I sort of love, okay? So that's what I'd put in that category personally. Stuff that I would think would like semi-fit the theme of the game, like it fit the time period. I try to make it as realistic as possible, but at night it might not be this war faction versus this war faction. It's slightly going outside of that.
The next tier is I like it. Like, I don't necessarily love it, but I like it. But I can definitely understand why many others don't. But I'd prefer it wasn't in the game. So there's a lot of skins like that where I don't really think it ruins my experience. But I also, if it was up to me, it wouldn't be in the game.
See, this guy has a lot of categories that are like, oh yeah, I love it, I like it, I don't mind it. These are so wishy-washy to me. Like,
they didn't exist.
They're all so similar that I'd probably put them all in one category. Like something like I don't mind it, but I'd prefer not. That does not exist in my books at all. Like that category right there is non-existent, because there's just nothing that I don't mind but I'd prefer not. Like that's just non-existent. I mean, if I had to pick something, I'd probably pick the Modern Warfare 2019 Mara skin that had like the cat ears. Like that's something I guess I don't mind, but I prefer not. I don't see why that category is necessary. Like the I don't mind part. Like if I'd prefer not, then who cares if I don't mind it? You know what I mean?
And we're going to start off really strong here with by far the most hated skins in Call of Duty history, and that is, of course, Beavus and Butthead.
Yeah, Beavus, Butthead!
The community just break in regards to cosmetics. If they
get out of here!
Skins, I don't
think
belong
in cut.
As pissed as they are, and as they have been for Black Ops 6. Obviously, there was a couple skins they added before that people weren't crazy about, but Beavus and Butthead just broke everyone, and when they saw it, it was rough. Like, people were really hating on Call of Duty, and it was giving COD a bad reputation, I would say, in general. And
rightfully
honestly,
so.
I think, yeah, please God, no. I do not like Beavus and Butthead. I think they are skins that we should never see anything like that again. And there's a couple reasons for it, right? First of all, the biggest issue for me is the cartoon cell-shaded effect that these skins have. Fortnite
okay, I completely agree with his cartoon opinion here. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so this next take of his, Xpert Fusions, that I fucking, like, heavily disagree with, and I don't know why people make the argument, but here it is. You can listen to it.
The only thing that I think they actually nailed with this collab is the fact that It is a show from the 90s, and since Black Ops 6 is in the 90s, it actually kind of fits more than you would think.
Why do people think that because a show released in the same era that the game takes place in, somehow miraculously that show now fits the game's theme? Like 1990s here. Wait, one sec. Here are some anime that released in the 1990s. Cowboy Bebop, a western space cowboy adventure, if you want to put it that way, I guess. We also got Evangelion, something else that's like mech suits and shit. Like, I don't think mech suits existed in the 1990s in real life, boys. I don't think they existed in the campaign at all, guys. Pokemon, oh my goodness, Ash Ketchum himself, Ash Ketchup. Go Pikachu, I want Pikachu in Call of Duty Black Ops 6 because they released it in the 1997s. Like, what is this argument? I do not understand it. Can someone explain it in the comment sections to me? It makes zero sense. It's just copium, right? Like, it has to be. What else is it?
But that's not going to save these skins for me. I think the fact that they're really cartoony and the fact that, like I said, I don't think they really just belong in Call of Duty, it doesn't matter. They definitely do not want to see anything like that again, and it's the main reason I'm glad they're not doing carry forward into Black Ops 7. Although, like I said many times, if they...
See, the thing that I kind of disagree with here is that you can do collabs like this, right? Like, you could do Beavis and Butthead if it released in the 1990s. You could do Evangelion, you could do Cowboy Bebop, but don't do skins. Why are we doing skins? Do charms. Charms are so much better. We literally use charms in real life. They're called keychains. I don't know about you guys, but I put keychains on my car keys, on my workplace lanyard. Like, yeah, I'll put some Dungeons and Dragons anime shit on there. My lanyard is themed around the show I watch as well. The keys I use for my house, like the way that I organize my keys for my house and my shed and everything in real life, I put little keychains on it, and that helps me, like, differentiate all the keys. Yeah, this anime character unlocks the shed. Yeah, this anime character unlocks the front door. Like, I feel like you could do keychains and get away with it in any single era almost, right? Like, except maybe World War II, because that's supposed to be really, really gritty. But if we want to have a little bit more customization in Call of Duty games, because, like, let's be real, Call of Duty is a video game, right? You need some personalization, some form of it. A keychain would be something that stands out the least to other players. I don't even think Call of Duty's like show the keychains enemies are using on their guns. Like, I think if you're on one team and you battle an enemy on the opposite team, and let's just say you walk up to him, right, and you inspect his weapon in third person, right? Like, you just walk around his AFK character model and you look at his gun. Keychains aren't actually on his gun. You don't see them. He has to die, and you have to pick up his gun and see his gun in first person to view that keychain. So it's not like it's gonna ruin the aesthetic of the game for other people. It's something that you're personalizing for yourself. It's like if I put an announcer on for myself, right? If I selected an announcer in Infinite Warfare, that's not the default, right? My team isn't gonna have to hear that. It's only for me. But you have, like, newer Call of Duty games, so like Modern Warfare 2, where we had, like, those gun charms that would talk to you. Those things are atomically annoying. Like, if anything wanted me to blow my brains out the most, that's what it would be. Having to hear a enemy's dropped gun go, "Prrr, please pick me up, prrr, meow, meow." Like, fucking God, get that shit out of the game. That should be in the please God no category. Fuck those talking gun charms, man. Worst idea ever. So yeah, gun charms. I think they'd be appropriate for any single era. You can have Beavis and Butthead gun charms in Black Ops 6 and no one would have batted an eye. I feel like everyone would have loved it. Continuing on.
Next up is another set of skins that I think I almost have an equal problem with, and that is, of course, American Dad. And I forgive American... And this next one is tough because...
Okay, this one's interesting.
It's a Call of Duty skin. It is. This is from Dead Ops Arcade. It's the 8-bit, like, chicken skin from Dead Ops Arcade.
I have no idea what this guy's talking about. Dead Ops Arcade is obviously in zombies, but I've never seen this thing in zombies. And even if I did, like, we're talking about putting this in multiplayer. A pixelated chicken. And that being better than apparently Beavis and Butthead. Like, I can't see it.
It looks out there, and it definitely is out of place for multiplayer. But the fact that it's not out of place for the Call of Duty IP is why I personally am okay with it, and like I get why others aren't.
But you said the game! You said it had to be for the game, not the IP!
Does it fit the aesthetic of the game?
It was said that you would destroy this and not join them!
So I'm actually going to put this in this tier because like I like it, but like if you had a problem with it, I would understand it completely. I do. And it sounds hypocritical of me because I'm saying the cell shaded cartoon skins suck, but like this is different though because it is within the realm of Call of Duty. It's part of.
Oh, well, what was it in Dead Ops Arcade though? Like, was the pixelated chicken some sort of NPC, or like what was it, a power-up? Was it an icon? Like what was it? I don't understand. I've never seen this before. I just don't understand why it would be like perfectly fine for a skin.
It's part of the IP, and I want them to celebrate every aspect of the IP, and if that includes giving us Dead Ops Arcade skins, then fuck it. But they honestly could have done this skin without making it 8-bit. They probably could have made it an actual chicken, but whatever. I'm okay with it personally.
Okay.
And next up, the first one is Operation Grand Heist. A couple of skins that were a bit out there, like there was one bunny rabbit one that people really didn't like, but
I remember that
honestly, they all fit. Like I seriously don't see the issue with these skins, and I'm gonna say I don't think there's a problem across the board. There was nothing out there that
the heist skins for the most part were pretty good. It's just the bunny rabbit that was a little too far.
Call of Duty, like it made sense why all these characters had guns.
Like that one right there.
I thought it was cool because giving seasons like very different themes was pretty awesome. And like I said, they were all heist themed. So personally, a lot of them were fun. Next one I have here is Operation Apocalypse Z, and these were a bunch of zombies themed skins. So a lot of these were full on like zombies, right? And I think some people aren't going to like that because, again, it's multiplayer, and so having zombies walking around does look weird to some people.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to the conversation I said. It's like that's part of the Call of Duty IP. It's part of the franchise, right? It's not out of place to me because it's just celebrating one part of Call of Duty.
So I ask, why is this video called which Call of Duty skins are too silly? Because if you don't establish what you're looking for, what you're trying to achieve with this video, I don't understand why this video is being made, right? Like, these are clearly zombie skins, right? Like, is that one of the skins right there?
And I think
like that one right here, like these two are clearly zombies running around. Like, what is this, Jane Doe? I forget. One's an astronaut and a zombie astronaut. So yeah, just like instantly, I don't see how you could justify this not being too silly for multiplayer when this is zombies. Clearly it's zombies. It's a fucking zombie.
intertwining them, you know, don't entwine them too much, but in some ways just celebrating it in different modes I think is okay. And they also have like maps that were themed around zombies as well. So I personally don't see an issue with it, but I do think it maybe does depend on the game. And I'm going to say that because if it has zombies,
it depends on the mode.
This one's going to be kind of similar, but in a different way. And I actually loved the Dark Divide season with all the superhero skins. This season got a lot of hate though. I remember when it came out, people were like, they're turning Call of Duty into Marvel. It's DC. That was me. Like, what is going on? But like, they were cool skins, man. Like,
well, they were. They were so cringe.
There's gonna be a lot of skins on here where I say that. Where I'm like,
oh my god,
it doesn't perfectly fit Call of Duty, but it's so cool that I don't really care.
Some superhero shit,
I think
bro.
I'm gonna kind of say the same for this, where it's like, I don't know, maybe it does depend on the game. I might change this category.
Why would it depend on the game? There's never been a superhero Call of Duty.
So cool.
What?
So I don't care. Isn't like I don't really
care.
Of
course you change it to that
because it's just that cool. Like, you know what I mean? It's not that fits more for that category, I think. And there was a lot of skins that, they were out there. But I think Black Ops 4, that was kind of part of the identity of that game. It was trying to be a lot of different things. And not in a way that I thought was so bad either. Like, I thought it actually meshed those things together relatively well. And there wasn't any, like, cartoon cel-shaded things. It was all still within the same art style. It was just really different themes, right? But I think that worked fine. I still don't see an issue with it. I mean, the Black Ops 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. So next up, we have the Adler, like, summer dad theme where he's, like, grilling.
Okay, if he doesn't say that
and
silly,
this is going to be
crazy.
kind of representative of a lot of different skins where I'm going to call them, like, the goofy skins that are connected to Call of Duty characters. So they're, like, existing characters.
Goofy is another word for silly.
Mason, Price, Soap, whatever, like any of the iconic characters, but they throw kind of like a goofy spin on it where there's something kind of silly involved in it, in this case being the full 4th of July thing. I honestly don't see an issue. I really don't.
What do you mean? Goofy is a synonym for silly. What do you mean it's not too silly? What? No! What are you doing? These are the semantics I was getting into, right? Like... Alright, so here we have...
Silly.
Showing a lack of common sense or judgment. Absurd and foolish! What does foolish mean, Google?
Foolish.
Does foolish mean silly? Some common synonyms of foolish are asinine, literally silly right there. Foolish implies the character of being or seeming unable to use judgment, discretion, or good sense. So in what way is something like a Adler skin dressed up for a barbecue make any sense for a war-themed game? For your literal definition was it's silly, bro. It's goofy and silly. How do you put it in the green? How do you greenlight that? And at least should be yellow. At the most it should be yellow. Not the least. The least should be red. Most is yellow. Bruh.
They're still grounded.
Alright, let's continue
right?
on. It's not grounded!
You know,
Stop!
Some crazy, like,
Stop!
you know, like, super-powered things. It's not that. It's...
You said it's not some crazy superpower thing, but you put the superpowers in green as well. How do you do this? How do you do this?
It's a Call of Duty character that happens to be a little... A good example is Hudson from Black Ops 4, and he had like the whole like summer outfit where he had like the Hawaiian shirt and stuff.
This is like him on vacation.
I don't see an issue with those. I think you need skins like that to just breathe some life into the multiplayer, because look, I don't think Call of Duty, ever since they first added microtransactions, was ever trying to be this like milsim experience within a...
Alright guys, welcome to the first Call of Duty that introduced microtransaction skins, Call of Duty Ghosts. As you can see, we have 5 ghost operators right here. And if you guys remember, they added a little skin for your dog that could change it into a wolf too. So you could either have a German Shepherd or a wild wolf looking dog thing. That to me, like, yeah, sure, maybe you can't really train a wolf in real life, right? But it's not like they had a dog with like it's not like they had a wolf with some sort of like punk chain collar and some pink tutus on it. Like, no, this dog is not going on vacation. That wolf is not going on vacation. Like, they look vicious. And then the operator skins too. Like, alright guys, so this is since the inception, the first fucking creation of microtransactions in Call of Duty, the first customization of the customizable character you could ever make. So, as you're gonna see here, this is my operator. I bought this skin in Call of Duty Ghosts. It looks so freaking cool and badass. The only thing I wish you could do was change the flag on his little mask there. I wish I could have changed that to like a little Canadian flag, because since I'm Canadian, right? Like, that would have been such a cool little feature. But anyway, such a fucking cool skin. It's got a ghillie suit on the back, just over the shoulders. It's kind of like got a vest sort of thing going on too. Lots of grenades and stuff strapped to him. He's got a light there on his chest as well. Baggy pants. I fucking love this drip. But anyway, let's look at the other stuff we have here that's customizable, right? Special! So these ones, you had to like buy them, I'm pretty sure. All these ones with the little green download icon beside it. So we have the astronaut, which is from the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign. It's not outlandish. It is literally from the campaign. The campaign is tied to multiplayer. We have... Get out of here, Rainbow Six Siege. Sorry, not today. We have Soak MacTavish from the original Modern Warfare series. Just a little reference, a little homage to him. We have another Modern Warfare character, Zakayev. We got Rourke from the Call of Duty Ghosts campaign. Again, this is COD Ghosts, and that's from the campaign. We got Makarov, another homage. We have the hazmat suit, something that's grounded. We have Captain Price, that's a homage skin. We have Keegan, that's from the COD Ghost campaign. Merrick from the COD Ghost campaign. We have Hesh from the COD Ghost campaign, and Elias from the COD Ghost campaign. That is all of the uncustomizable uniforms that you could buy, like the whole skin. And then these ones you could just get from grinding the game, right? These ones are grindable. So I don't know if Xpert Fusion's only counting the ones you can buy. I don't know why that even matters when we're talking about a theme, buying versus grinding for loot, right? I think that it doesn't really matter. As long as you can use it, that's what counts. I don't see why spending money all of a sudden puts you on a higher pedestal, right? Why? Why would that matter? Why would that affect anything? And then obviously we have our heads. These don't really affect anything. Some of them, as you can see here, are a little bit silly. Like, we have like regular heads that you can pick out of. We have tons of them, right? With just regular face paint versus others that don't have face paint. But then we kind of get into these ones here that are red, right? Like these ones. Okay, now we're starting to get a little bit out of theme here, right? Like, this is adding a bit more color to the game that is, I guess, traditionally found within the game's maps and whatnot. Like, this is a totally different color palette. Like, what is that? But again, this is like the far minority of stuff in the game. Like, there's so much more that is not colorful and is grounded in this game. Like, again, we have like Simon Ghost Riley's head here. We got this hunter from the the Extinction mode. Another one from Extinction. Another one from Extinction. And then we got another colorful one. And we have the one I use. We have a interesting looking, I guess, civilian survivor outfit. I have no idea. We have another one like that. Like, I don't know, it would have been cool if they just stuck to this color scheme, right? I feel like it's got red and blue, right? Like, the game's already kind of desaturated. This fits perfectly into the aesthetic. But then stuff like this does not fit into the aesthetic. Why is it so bright green? I don't understand. But then we get into like the headgear, right? Bam, 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 bam. Fits the theme, fits the theme, fits the theme, fits the theme. Oh my god, there's so much that fits the theme. Oh my goodness gracious. Ah! That is every single piece of headgear. They all fit the theme in this game. Uniform-wise, let's start from the top. Alright, so here we are at the top. Fits the theme, fits the theme, fits the theme. And as you can see, these are all like kind of fitted towards different builds, right? Like, this is a heavy build. You'd expect to like run this if you're running a machine gun, like an LMG. We have like this one right here where he's got a bunch of shells on him. This is obviously for like someone who's using a shotgun build. We have other stuff that fits the theme of the game. It's a war game. You're gonna have guns, obviously. You're gonna have like bullets on your character. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that looks fucking sick. I love it. We got some ghillie suit stuff here too for snipers. And yeah, we keep going here. We keep going. We got some like scuba diver gear here. So this is like wet work sort of gear. We're gonna keep going. Now we're finally back at the red stuff. So again, this was part of the red skin bundle that you could buy. There's only one red bundle here. We only have one golden bundle, or I guess snake skin. I don't know what you want to call this, but it stands out like a sore thumb. This one actually doesn't stand out like a sore thumb. That's more like a snake skin actually. That one looks good. And then we got the red one with the flames. Again, stands out way too much. Weed stands out too much. And then we have this cool skin here. I like this one a lot. Damn. We got this one here. Pretty cool too. Very apocalyptic. The game is apocalyptic, by the way. It's a war apocalyptic game. This game is set after the Odin released a bunch of missiles on Earth, and it just turned Earth into some sort of wasteland, right? With potholes everywhere. Huge ass potholes, like meteorites that land in. It looks like that. You got some extinction stuff here. Now this stuff is a little bit outlandish too, I will say, because you got literal aliens strapped to you, right? Like he's got an alien shell strapped to his arm. But Extinction was about an alien apocalyptic sort of game mode. I don't think it fits multiplayer. I think they should have kept it separate, but hey, it is what it is. It's a very, very small portion of the game. So I think the overall theme of the game still kind of shines through, because is a minor piece of a game really an identity, or is the overall theme of the game the overall cosmetic theme? I think it's the overall cosmetic theme, okay? And that's it. That is all we have for Call of Duty Ghost customization. You can view it all right here in one easy place to view everything. It's so nice. But yeah, continuing with the video.
It's multiplayer. I just don't think it's trying to be that. But I've been pretty clear that like I do think the art style should still stay somewhat consistent, and I don't think skins like this are removing anything from that art style.
So are we arguing theme or art style now? Because I feel like those are two completely different things. And I don't think the community is arguing against art style. I'm pretty sure the community is arguing against keeping a theme.
Is it a bit funny to see it? Yeah, but it's funny. It's not supposed to be like, oh my god, I don't feel like I'm in a war anymore. Like, you never were though. Like you never were. It's called
what?
Call of Duty. I don't think it's.
Let's hear that again.
It's funny. It's not supposed to be like, oh my god, I don't feel like I'm in a war anymore. Like you never were though. Like you never were. It's Call of Duty.
You never were in a war, guys. You never were in a war.
Well, I wasn't in that tank.
What is the meaning of Call of Duty? Let's see what AI has to say. Fuck you, AI, by the way. But yeah, Call of Duty refers to the strong feeling of obligation to do something important, difficult, or morally right. The idiom originated in military contexts to describe a soldier's duty to serve. Gee, I wonder what the name means. What does Call of Duty mean? A call to duty? I fucking don't know, man. It blows my mind that people do not put this together. Also, can we just address something real quick? What is half of the Call of Duty experience called? All right, modern Warfare! War! What do you mean it has nothing to do with war? These are guns! What are you talking about? What? Anyway, continuing on with the video.
I don't think a skin like this takes anything out of the experience. So
yeah,
you need
it
skins
actually
like
does.
that. I mean, you can only do so many Milsim skins, I feel like. I mean, I've thought about how many Milsim skins you can actually do. There's a cap there. You know, there's a ceiling. There's not really much more you can do with Milsim skins. So I think you've got to go outside the realm a bit and just have some fun stuff like this. And personally,
I agree to some degree, because that's why I say civilian outfits kind of get the pass, like they get the green light from me, right? Because civilian survivor outfits are civilians using their own home gear, their homemade gear to survive. That's why I think they kind of fit the theme, but that's a personal thing for me. As far as military outfits go, like you can go full on milsim where you're directly copying and stripping real life outfits and putting them into the game. But you don't have to do that either. Modern Warfare 2019 is a game where you don't have faceless soldiers anymore. COD Ghosts had faceless soldiers, and I guess you could buy outfits that would be reminiscent of like characters from the campaign and whatnot. But for the most part, COD Ghosts had faceless soldiers. They weren't actual people. You could put yourself into their shoes because they're not a character with their own voice, right? Modern Call of Duty games like BO3, I think BO3 was the first one that introduced specialist characters that were actual characters in multiplayer, like Ruin and Battery, Reaper, Spectre. Like, those guys are actual characters. They have banter and beef with each other.
There's a cap there. You know, there's a ceiling. There's not really much more you can do with Milsim skins.
And then we got more modern CODs like Modern Warfare 2019. Again, it was a game that gave more character to the characters. You were no longer playing as faceless soldiers unless you're playing as the default soldier, right? And the default soldier was the only one that got milsim variants of real life soldiers put into the game. Like, they had their flag beside the name of the skin to represent the country or the nation that they are from. But the rest of the game, the rest of the characters, they don't have realistic outfits. They're still military outfits, but saying that there's a cap to it, like, how do you say that there's a cap to it? We didn't have skins like Rose beforehand. We had face plates, like face shields, right? In Modern Warfare Remastered. But the Rose skin, like, it took a new whole approach to it, right? Ghost, his skull mask took a whole new approach to it. I think the skull mask looks kind of ugly personally, but I didn't think that was possible. But it turns out when you put limitations on stuff, it breeds creativity. So I just have to hard disagree there. I think when you're faced with the limitations, like being within a certain theme, right? It just means that you have to innovate in new ways to maintain that theme. If you look at a game like Ghost Recon Wildlands, that was a game that Call of Duty really should try to emulate. I feel like being able to customize your clothing in a way where you customize your pants separate from your shoes, from your coat, from your overcoat, from your vest, from your backpack, to your face plates, to your eyewear, to your headgear, to your hair and your tattoos. Like, all of that is possible, yet Call of Duty hasn't done anything like it since Advanced Warfare. And that's only been one game. Advanced Warfare was in the supply drop era, and yeah, like, it went full out on like just putting shit into supply drops that no one wanted to do. But we're done with supply drops now, and they've never done that for like a Warzone era Call of Duty game. Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands, on the other hand, some gear, yeah, it was in supply drops, but I mean like a very small portion compared to the rest of the game. The full game, Ghost Recon Wildlands, gives you so much gear to play around and mix and match right off the bat. You don't have to do challenges, you don't have to grind. You can grind for some of it, again, it's a very small portion. You can gamble for some of it, again, it's a very small portion, but most of it was available and customizable, and you could create such cool, unique designs with it. And, like, again, with the face masks, like, we don't have these, like, Ghost Recon Wildlands face masks in Call of Duty. Let me show you guys. Alright, so here's the one from Modern Warfare Remastered. Like, it looks very similar to this, right? I think that Modern Warfare Remastered, like, kind of set a standard where, like, this was realistic, right? But then you had Modern Warfare 2019, where it introduced Ghost, and he had something that looked like this as a face mask, right? Like, apparently that's supposed to protect your face. It's a bit unrealistic, but hey, I guess it's fine. It's unique. Why not? Let's just keep it. Why not? It's not terribly outlandish. It looks a little bit edgy, but hey, it's still mostly grounded. I still totally dig the original balaclava, or whatever you call this sort of mask. I enjoy that so much more. It brings me just joy to my heart, bro. But this isn't comparable to like unicorns or shark skins in Call of Duty. This is just not comparable. They're not on the same playing field. But like going back to Ghost Recon Wildlands, again, they did stuff like this. Look at that. That's a little ghost design on like a face shield sort of thing here. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a mask like this in Call of Duty as like a default soldier. There might be something in the shop that looks like this, but I mean, there's so many shop skins, I don't keep track of every single thing. I don't think I've seen anything like this in Call of Duty, okay? And then, yeah, like, we also had stuff like this, like a biker helmet. It's not like a bright pink or anything. It's got a little bit of cool designs on it. Like, this is so badass looking. I love that. Like, the flower sort of floral theme. This just screams the location this game is from. Like, this game is set in Bolivia, and this just, I feel like it fits the culture. Same with this stuff. Like, you've got stuff here that's kind of reminiscent of the Day of the Dead, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, I think that's a Mexican holiday, but I mean, it might be like everywhere too down there. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. Please don't take me out of context. Don't make that sound bad, please. But that's what it reminds me of, and I feel like that really fits the area. And then, like, again, we have more stuff like this. Look at this face mask. Nothing like this in Call of Duty. That looks kind of scary. It looks kind of freaky. This kind of reminds me of, like, old video games, old comic books, where, like, you just got, like, veins and scratches and just, like, withered skin. That's what this kind of mask reminds me of. It looks spooky. Like, why don't you do that in Call of Duty, huh? I feel like people that say you can't innovate, it's like, what do you mean? There's so much cool stuff you can do. Look at these masks. Look at that. You can have like a smile, stitches, words on your mask, more skull designs. Like, there's so much Call of Duty hasn't done, and I feel like people are kind of, I don't know, I guess brainwashing themselves into thinking that it's not possible when it clearly is. Other games do it. Step out of the Call of Duty franchise for once in your life and look at something cool, please. Like, has Call of Duty done this? This is like such a classic, like World War II sort of like a plane design that you'd see like on the nose of a plane, like a shark mouth, right? Like, that looks so cool on a skin too. I love that. It's so like war themed. Like, you don't have to be totally 100% camos and shit. Like, historically we have done stuff like this, and I think like Call of Duty Ghosts is another example of like just the amount of skull designs you can have too, like different balaclavas, half face balaclavas. You could just do face paint to do the ghost design, like the skull. There's so many creative ways you can do this stuff. So let's not limit ourselves to being silly if you want to do more than just straight up milsim, okay? I think if you're trying to say stuff like, I don't know, the chicken or the superheroes fit Call of Duty, at that point, you're just disconnecting yourself from the series entirely. You're not trying to be a soldier anymore. You don't have this soldier fantasy that everyone else does that likes having a theme that fits the theme of the game. Like, I want to be either a sniper or a scout or like an assault soldier. But if you're okay with being a chicken, like, you just have a totally 100% different mindset going into it. You're not trying to live within the video game at all, which just, I don't know, it just makes me question why you even care about talking about the theme in the first place, right? If the theme does not matter to you at all, why are we speaking upon it as if we do care about it? The only other game that I can think of that kind of like goes with this, or like, let's say Yellow and Up here, the only game I can think of that goes with this is Fortnite. And Fortnite also has this stuff down here, but the stuff in the red and orange, this stuff semi fits in Fortnite because the game is already a cartoon, right? And they just have different cartoon cell shaded skins. Personally, I don't like the cell shaded stuff in Fortnite either. I wish they would maintain the similar sort of art style for the game, but thematically, I don't like it. I feel like thematically, you might like it if this is your jam, but I came to Call of Duty because it was a military game. It clearly was a war game. I joined in with the OG Modern Warfare 3, so I don't understand what kind of rage bait this guy's trying to push here, but it's working, it's working.
So I think you've got to go outside of the realm a bit and just have some fun stuff like this. And personally, I honestly wouldn't have fun unlocking skins in a Call of Duty game if they weren't a little bit fun like this. You know what I mean? I think you have to do stuff like that here or there. Kind of in the similar conversation, these are some of the goofier skins from Advanced Warfare. A lot of people talk about them nowadays because everyone's like, well, they've done goofy skins since 2014. They've been there for a while. And these skins are ones that I personally don't have an issue with. These are the Gingerbread skins and the Clown Mask skins. Those are what I talk about from Advanced Warfare. There's a lot of other skins that are like that in the game as well. I don't see an issue with them. I don't, because again, you're not changing the art style. You're not even a different character necessarily. It's literally just a suit, right? The Gingerbread thing is it's Gingerbread's mask and a Gingerbread.
What is your definition of too silly then? What does it mean to be too silly if this is not silly? It's a literal gingerbread man. You don't think a child design is silly? What?
Suit and the clown mask is a clown mask, right?
There's like, again, he's putting it in, there's no problem. It's not even like it's so cool, I don't even care. This is in the no problem spot. Like, this is rage bait 101.
They're not grounded necessarily. They're still within reality. Is it weird to see those in war? Yes. But it's Call of Duty Arena 6v6 arcade shooter multiplayer. You're not in war. So I personally don't see the issue. I think it's kind of fun.
So there's no theme.
And I think the clown mask was one of those fun skins.
What are we saying?
So I really don't see the issue with it. The Gingerbread
skin
was also
these are the semantics I want to talk about here. Like, we're in an era where we're in a timeline where the developers have addressed the groundedness of Call of Duty. They have addressed how the fans, the community, is sick of the game, and how it's strayed away from being grounded, visceral, all those other buzzwords that they throw out in their little blog post, right? Black Ops 7 needs to feel authentic to Call of Duty and its setting. This is why Black Ops 6 operators and weapon content will no longer carry forward into Black Ops 7. We know there's been a lot of conversation recently about the identity of Call of Duty. Some of you have said that we've drifted from what made Call of Duty unique in the first place. Examples being immersive, intense, visceral, and in many ways grounded. That feedback hits home, and we take it seriously. And then you have this guy, this bad apple right here. Yeah, you're a bad apple. You're a green apple and a bunch of red apples, boy. You're the poison apple in the Snow White fairy tale story. You just gotta come out here and say that a gingerbread man and the clown skin automatically fit the theme of the game now, when they were universally hated when they came out by the whole COD community? And only defended because of how they were implemented. Not even they. I just mean the gingerbread skin, because the gingerbread skin was defended back in the day because it was a Make-A-Wish kid's, wish for his design, his skin design to be implemented into Call of Duty. He wanted a gingerbread man outfit in Call of Duty. And the developers, I'm sorry about, you guys gotta understand this. This is a kid, probably 8, 10, 12 years old. I don't know if they actually made a design to put into the game. I've never seen a Call of Duty developer hold up a piece of paper saying, hey, this is the kid's design and this is how we interpreted it into Call of Duty. You guys understand that the developers are the ones who pushed this silly stuff. They could have taken a gingerbread skin idea, if the kid just had an idea. They could have taken it, put it on a skin, right? Like a gingerbread stuffy, like a stuffed animal. Put it on a skin's backpack. Put it on the skin's hip. Just attached it to the exosuit, right? So it swings around as they jump around, right? And it could have been that's kind of lore-wise. It's this soldier, he's carrying on that kid's legacy. That teddy bear is from the kid. I feel like that could have meant so much more, right? And yeah, I think his name was Julian. I'm pretty sure that was written on the gingerbread man's chest. You could have still had Julian written on the skin somewhere, right? And had a gingerbread stuffed animal on it. And it still would have fit the theme of the game. But the clown, the clown's inexcusable. I don't think it fits the theme of the game. They have a map that has a clown aesthetic on it, but I don't even think that works because the campaign had nothing to do with clowns. And even if they did like a one spin-off mission in the campaign with clowns, like, we're talking about a clown skin on every single Call of Duty map in the multiplayer. It's no longer a skin tied to a location. This is a skin that's tied to one location out of 27 or more. So it just, this thing's ugly. It looks out of place. It's disgusting.
Make-A-Wish skin, I believe. I think there was a kid that was dying, and one of his wishes was that he wanted to have a skin that was Gingerbread themed in Call of Duty. So I think it was nice of Sledgehammer to make that skin for him. Because
I also think it was nice, but it's like, again, Sledgehammer's the one who made it for him, and they decided to go all out silly.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. It's a good looking skin. Next up, we have skin.
So I just don't like when people hide behind the Make-A-Wish kid and say that that is the reason why Call of Duty needs to be silly. No. I'm sorry, but the franchise means a lot to more people too. I don't know why it has to change for one person when it's not even for that person. Like, this was done for monetary purposes. They threw this skin, this Gingerbread, into supply drops. You could not earn it separately. Like, you had to gamble for it. They put it behind a predatory microtransaction system. Like, can we all address that? Can we address that they are scum? They are scum. They don't actually give a shit. Again, like, same game where they put pay-to-win guns in supply drops. Advanced Warfare was the worst game for pay-to-win guns. They just kept throwing in duplicates and more duplicates of weapons that were just literally better than the base version. They'd have a higher fire rate with no other drawbacks. They'd have higher damage, stuff like that. It was bullshit. Fuck Advanced Warfare. But continuing on.
Skins, I don't even know what these are called. Skins, and
what the fuck is that?
Are ones that again, they're representing like a lot of different types of skins, but they're basically skins that go pretty far outside the theme of Call of Duty, like any like medieval skin, or in this case these look
magical.
Like, I don't even know what these are supposed to be. They kind of look like
like sorceresses,
like Wizard 101 or something.
I don't know what you call them.
I get why others don't like these. I do. Like, I can totally understand it because, again, it's so far outside of the theme of Call of Duty.
Now, I don't understand how he puts this skin in here when you got superheroes right above it. Like, these to me are the exact same. They are special effects skins. Like, they got magic glowing particle effects coming off of their skin. How are they not in the same category? Like, I just do not understand that.
But I personally don't mind these, and I actually kind of like them because they're still the art style of Call of Duty. They're not far outside of that, and they're still humans, right? They're not like, you're not playing as animals here, and they look cool. Like,
they're humans and not animals, yet you have them in the same category as an animal, a pixelated chicken. All right.
I don't mind these, and I'm actually fine with them. But again, I can like, if you have a problem with it, totally get it. I'm not gonna argue with you. Yeah, I get it. They're very up there.
Fair enough.
I mean, I would love a Call of Duty game to be fully themed around like a medieval aesthetic, to be honest. But obviously, they haven't really done that. So it does. I mean, I think these ones are in Black Ops 6. It does look a little bit weird in the game.
Let's explore that a little bit. Call of Duty is a war game with guns, but you want a medieval aesthetic. How would that work? Because, like, to me, like, I think Call of Duty is, like, it's got some pillars, right, that define what it is. Call of Duty has to have a campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, or other third mode, right, like Spec Ops or something like that. A campaign, a multiplayer are must-haves with a third mode. That is Call of Duty, mechanically. So how would a medieval game with guns work? I think Call of Duty always has to be guns too, right? Like, would the game even be fun if it was all medieval, where it's just bows and arrows? And then, I don't know, for streaks you'd have catapults and then crossbows maybe and shields. Like, I don't know, I feel like Call of Duty, the game that usually has like 30 different weapons. Like, I don't know, I'm just trying to conceptualize the idea of having like shotguns, SMGs, assault rifles, snipers, LMGs, like those guns being transferred into medieval weaponry. Like, how are you supposed to design 5 different shotguns that are medieval style, like, mechanically speaking, put with a medieval visual over top of it, right? I feel like that's just impossible. you would almost have to go something that's not even medieval. Like, again, you'd have to like go towards whatever this sort of visual is, right? Like you'd go towards a more magical medieval fantasy, right? Where you're casting spells, you'd have magical weapons. Like, it's not just gonna be medieval anymore. And then campaign-wise, like, I feel like that's a total mess. I don't even know what you would do for that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not really into the whole smorgasbord idea of having, like, different time periods all in one game either. Like, I don't know, maybe you could make it interesting if you were to tell, like, a time traveler story, similar to how, like, Assassin's Creed does it, right? Where you have, like, modern-day people, or not modern-day, maybe futuristic-day people that have invented a time machine sort of thing where they can, like, relive the past events of their ancestors, and maybe you could design maps around that. But, again, like, I don't know. It's very complicated, a little bit convoluted. I'm not really sure if that would work for Call of Duty, but yeah, you do you. We can all dream. Like, me personally, I think a zombies-themed Call of Duty game would easily work, because Call of Duty is already a gun game, right? And you could have, like, a zombies-themed campaign, a zombies-themed multiplayer, a zombies-themed round-based experience, too, as the third mode. Like, it'd be perfect for Call of Duty if they wanted to take, like, a magical spin on things, right? More zombified experience over the whole game. Like, that would be so cool. But the reason that we don't have that right now, why Zombies isn't in the campaign, and why it's not in multiplayer for most of the Call of Duties in the franchise, at least for now, is because multiplayer and campaign are a war experience. They're not magic, they're not zombies. At least for now, right? Like, as time passes, it's gonna heal this fucking wound that we're putting on the Call of Duty franchise, where it's trying to branch out into doing silly stuff. And eventually, Call of Duty is going to be overrun with silly stuff to the point where the majority of the franchise's existence is being silly, and then all those, like, you know, the military era, people are going to say it's a bygone era. Mark my words. Again, mark my words. I've said this in previous videos. It fucking sucks. But let's continue going on here.
I don't mind it. Next up is going to be the unicorn helmet skin from Black... I think this is in Black Ops 6. Now, I think this skin also has like a unicorn fart death effect or something, or something like a finishing move with a unicorn fart.
I put this in a few videos.
I'm not talking about finishing moves and stuff like that in this video. So like that finishing move, I personally don't like. It's kind of like, okay, come on, like it's a little ridiculous. But the
a little. What? That should be in the please God no section. What are you talking about? A little, bro. This video's which Call of Duty skins are too silly. Too silly. Man, I just think back to Modern Warfare campaigns, just, you know, Captain Price, Soap, and McTavish, and Makarov, and I think, what if those campaigns had a unicorn fart in them? That's just a little bit silly, guys, just a little bit too silly. Like, no, that's way too outlandish. That doesn't fit Call of Duty at all.
I don't mind. I really don't. I mean, there was a unicorn gun in Black Ops 4 that I thought was really cool. Like,
is this even real? Did the actual gun in BO4 have the little loop-de-loop in it? I don't know if this was an edited image or not. I could be wrong, but it might be edited.
It was actually kind of fun to unlock. And the skin's kind of no different, where it's literally just a girl with like a unicorn helmet, and I think one of her guns is a unicorn thing. I can get why people don't like it, because it's like, yeah, okay, but...
A unicorn, it's pink, it's not war-themed at all.
But I don't see a problem. I don't know. I'm very much not as against the goofier skins as other people are. This one I just don't have an issue with personally. I think it's fine. Next skin kind of is in a similar realm to these like wizard skins, where it's like
Alright guys, if you want to see the rest of this video, I'll have it linked in the description. We didn't even cover half of it. This thing is 44 minutes long. We've only covered 16 minutes, so I'm gonna cut this down too a lot in post, so I hope you guys enjoy. I was gonna put this in the end of my last video, but at the last video, I thought it was getting a little bit too long. We had reached like 40 minutes ourselves in that video, so I'm gonna leave this as like a separate video that I'm gonna release like back to back with that video. So if you haven't seen the other video, go watch it right now. We talked about carry forward and Call of Duty Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7 and why it's a bad move that they canceled it. So please, if you're interested, go watch it right now. The little thing is gonna be appearing on screen right now. Just click it right now. Click it. It's right above my head. Click it. Come on, do it. Why are you still here?